Hello ladies and gentlemen, vBlackWolf here and welcome to another video. So yet again we're going to take a look at a few solid fights and we're going to start off with Black Manta. And this time I'm not using the Beta Club because I was simply curious of how the Sword of Salvation would perform. And most likely it would perform better if I had other high level Advent of Chaos artifacts, but it's a level 8 one, so when I'm using the Beta Club I'm having all the passive bonuses from it as well. And right now I'm just keeping it on Manta for the active purposes, so it was pretty expectable that it would deal less damage than the Beta Club, but we'll see how this goes. We are going to start this fight, obviously, as you do, by using the Brainiac Special 1 to stack up some lethal attack damage. And we're tagging in and out while doing that, because usually when I tend to not tag in and out and just get Brainiac in there and get done with it, he's going to be the one with Sword of Salvation on in order to be able to power generate. But now that Sword of Salvation is on Manta, we kind of need to tag in between because there's not much energy for Brainiac to go around, and after a few tag-ins you kind of want to keep the 100 stacks for Manta, so you go tagging all the way. So that's particularly what we're doing here, and obviously we're using Just League Flash because his passive synergizes very well with Black Manta and also with the Sword of Salvation, since a Power Seal can trigger on hits. If there's anybody unfamiliar with what the Sword of Salvation does, it gives you a chance to Power Steal on your basic attacks, and at the same time it's going to give you increased damage for each of the opponent's power bars. Reenacting there for the last special one. And we're going to just go down here with Manta and try to deal as much damage as possible. Gonna go for a few special trees because a lot of you guys have asked me, come on, do a special tree. And look, with Beta Club I had no reason to do it, but with this one, yeah, I guess we can do that. Guess we can try that. And the damage is okay, I guess, but we still deal a fair amount of damage on our basic attacks. And I think here is a little bit on the more worth it side to do a special tree. Like with the Firebox in Dawn of Apocalypse, you'd get so much damage from the swipe rights that it really wouldn't be worth to do any abilities. But here the damage on the abilities is decent, so we might as well go with that. A little bit of a regret in regards to this fight is the fact that I didn't use a super move, but I just didn't find any particularly good moments for that. We messed up a bit there and managed to re-engage the combo and not lose the stacks, thankfully. Going for another special tree in there. And yeah, with the special tree you're very reliant on crit chance and lethal chance. And you might be like, but Sigvald, you're also relying on that on your basic attacks. Yeah, but with basic attacks there's a lot of them. You're getting a lot of chances and your like crit chance and lethal chance are getting more split. But with a special tree it's a hit or miss, even though it's got a few instances of damage. And each one of them can hit a lucky crit or lucky lethal. And yeah, with all that out of the way, we managed to deal 123 million damage. It's quite interesting because it's like the same damage with the level 8 Firebox, but on top of that we have a level 3 Sword of Sin, also providing the passive stats, and also a level 1 Trigon Staff. So yeah, it performs just more or less as well as a Firebox on Black Manta, but with a little bit of outside help from the other artifacts. Super move here for Catwoman, and I'm using the Beta Club here, as you can see. And for some reason we got off to a very good start in terms of damage. I know how we started off at such a high note with 3.5. And also excuse me if I'm missing some basics, because yet again I'm still not home. If you guys are not aware at this point, I'm on holiday. So I don't have the most optimal conditions to play and record, but I'm doing my best here, so cut me some slack. And yeah, we're going to reset the combo here. Even though we got crazy high amounts of damage, I was like, I can get more and we can just play around and test with this because I'm one-shotting this dude no matter what. And we actually managed to get a higher value. We are having somewhat of currently 6 million, but it will increase as our lethal attack damage increases all the way to 7 million, so I guess that's a good value. Resetting with the jump attack is definitely worth it, and yeah, there goes the Trustus. He died too fast for us to do further testing, but that's that. Now we're going to use Skinflant Sakuman over here to clear Martian Manhunter. Again, Beta Club on Skinflant Sakuman, and yeah, the Beta Club actually makes him a viable damage dealer even when the enemy is low on health. Because as we know, Kimflan Sakuman goes from hero to 0 if the enemy's health is very low. I mean, you would still be like the 4th best team to deal the damage, or at the very least the 5th one, though very rarely the 5th one. But usually he does very well when the enemy is full of health, because then he gets huge percentage damages on the special tree. But when the enemy is low on health and you only get like 11 million percentage damage on the special tree, he doesn't pull that much damage, but Beta Club seems to fix that. A little bit of a mess up with Darker Fate over there. Unfortunately, I am still used to having a firebox on him. So you'll see me quite a few times in this fight, maybe trying to play like I have a firebox and try to go for the firebox infinite combo. So we got to Kimflan Sakuman at full stacks here, and we're going to try and use a super move and then maybe reset the dot damage at some point. Even though the dot damage is not terrible, we can definitely get bigger values than that. And yeah, with Kimflan Sakuman, it just needs to crit. It needs to be a jump attack that's not blocked, and it needs to crit. There's no more variation than that. And yeah, this is an okay amount since it hits above 1 million on the dot, so we can stick with that. I think we can get a little bit of a higher amount. Nah, actually I think we'll stay with this. This is the highest we can get. As I said, it was a crit, so we'll take it. We'll take it. Kimflan Sakuman back in there. So yeah, we got a level 6 Beta Club on Kimflan Sakuman, a level 8 Sword of Salvation on Dr. Fate, providing a lot of passive buffs for Kimflan Sakuman in terms of attack, and also providing us a lot of power generation, and the level 3 Sword of Sin on Red Hood, yet again for the passive stats alone. Combo interrupting again here. Like, one thing I'm missing by not having Sword of Salvation on King is the power generation that you get and the fact that you can spam special trees. But yeah, 1 million dot damage per second doesn't sound too bad either, so I guess I'll pick this one this time. We'll see how we do in the next one. So yeah, I don't honestly think without the Beta Club we could have managed to one-shot this, to clean up this dude, or at the very least with that much time left. So I'm pretty happy with the performance in this one. Now moving on, this is what I call an ideal fight for Server Banshee. We got over here Boss Robin, who's gonna be a character that usually does not do anything unless he's in very close proximity to the enemy in terms of using his abilities. So when it comes to that, he's very predictable and he has a very low chance of killing Server Banshee when she backs off. And at the same time, he's combo interruptible, so Reverse Flash will have a very easy time against him. We're going to use the level 8 Sword of Salvation on Reverse Flash and the level 10 All Blades on Server Banshee with some damage or special tree on it. And the level 3 Sword of Sin will be used on Power Girl to passively buff my team. I didn't even bother equipping gears on Power Girl. I think I need her gearless for another fight where she just needed to be there and die as quick as possible just to be the support for Server Banshee. I think it was against Catwoman. But yeah, over here we got the absolute optimal gameplay against this fight. It just doesn't get better for Server Banshee than this fight. Special tree in there. Trying to keep ourselves at 4 All Blade stacks. Reverse Flash in, backing off, starting a combo. Full combo in there with Server Banshee in there, just barely on the 3 stacks, and boy, we got the 2.2 million. That was not even a crit. That's a decent amount. So I'm still mad about it not being a crit, don't get me wrong. Okay, 5.2, let's go, backing off 2 times, special 1. Boy, this gameplay is so smooth here. I love this fight with Server Banshee. Like, there's some very, very frustrating fights with Server Banshee where she really doesn't have a good time and she struggles, but then there's fights like this where everything just goes too well. There we go, special tree in there, a nice 6.5 million damage, another disable, Reverse Flash back in, re-engage that combo. Okay, so I'm back, sorry for the slight interruption, but the food delivery just came and I had to answer the door. Got myself a kebab, so that's gonna be a good time after recording this video. So Reverse Flash back in there, combo interrupting a bit, backing up. So yeah, if you're engaging from a swipe with Reverse Flash after tagging, I've seen that you should do a full combo and then 2 hits into a Server Banshee tagging. Like, that's the most optimal way to tag her in, and at the same time it doesn't take too much time, so you will not lose the 4 All Blade stacks. Server Banshee in there, special tree, backing up 2 times, special 1, Reverse Flash back in there. And yeah, as you can see, when his first 2 specials are disabled, I'm going to just hold in front of him with Reverse Flash. But when his special 1 is available, for example, I'm gonna back away because yet again, he's got that proximity range that will help him trigger his abilities depending on how far away you are from him. Though this time it didn't work, but it's fine, we all only failed that once, and we tagged Sir Banshee in there and didn't lose the stacks. A little bit of a risky tagging, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, all that being said, I think this was my absolute best Sir Banshee damage that I've ever done. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this one. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share if you did. Dislike if you disliked it, maybe hit that bell button, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Yeah, that's some nice damage.